Hello, this is your Vinny Career Guide. Today I've come up with a very interesting story of a man who was jobless and created the job for the whole India. You want to know who is that? So let's see. So I just came across this person few months back because I was jobless and I was looking how to find a job. And when I was finding, one thing which was coming in my mind was, from last 15-20 years I used to see one company always standard, that was Naukri. So I just tried to understand who discovered this Naukri.com. So then I met a person called Sanjeev Chandani. Sanjeev Chandani was an Indian entrepreneur, and he was all or no he got migrated from Karachi to India when India got partition time. We can say he is a very old person with very traditional things of Indian, uh, and the pain of the division. So his father was a part of government, so that he was assigned some task in Indian part. So he came to India. So when he came, he was a very challenging person when he was kid, and he was thrown with lot of challenges in his life. And he completed his education, and he has a brother who is a professor in UCLA, UK, and he was in India. He was trying to discover and do some business in India. That was his agenda. And before telling anything about him, his young age things which I read across and listened to his conversation was, he was very enthusiastic and he was very passionate to do something. So he didn't know what to do. Then he used to go and discover things in city market, in the business, outside, everywhere, to get some idea to start his business. And Bakchandani was like, he's born in 1962, in a middle class family, we can say. So when he was in middle class family, he was somehow got schooling in English medium from Columbia High School in Delhi. So he pursued his bachelor's from St. Joseph, Delhi, and again he went to university and did MBA because he was very passionate. FMS was his specialization. In 1990, Bakchandani was started his journey finding a company called Info Edge India Private Limited, and it was on a database. How did he discover this? Is very interesting story. He went everywhere in the Delhi to try to start up his business. Before starting up, he wanted to do something, so he didn't know. So he was going through all the hotels, coffee shops, trying to see how the job is applied, how to apply jobs. So at that time, like in 1990s, 85, 85, 88 and all, the jobs is applied through only classifieds. On the newspaper, there used to be a ad. Seeing that ad to that company, they used to send a post. When they send a post, if they get a letter back, then the confirmation was, I got interview. That's how the interview concept started in 80s. But in 90s, concept started in a different way. Apply online, especially in 2000, I can say, not even 90s. So people, we used to go for cyber cafe and apply for jobs. 2000 onwards, there was a lot of competition. Indeed came, Shine came, and now LinkedIn came in 2010 onwards. So there is a trend happened in applying jobs also. So now let's get back to his adventure. So he didn't know what to do. So one day he got in a newspaper, there is a exhibition happening in somewhere in Delhi by CII. CII is one of the organization which used to be very in depth and traditional. So these CII people had organized some exhibition. He went. When he went there, he could see all the business were very expensive and the investment was too high. But he started doing a window shopping concept sort of thing and going and meeting every small shops there. In one of the shop, he got curious and interesting. That was www. He went and asked, "Bhai, wo kya hai? What is this www?" he said, so we can create an email for you and you can send and you can do a conversation to anybody. And he didn't understand what is email. And then he asked, can you explain more deeper? What is this? What you're trying to tell me about email? Sir, there is something called internet. Do you know about internet, sir? That how the marketing started in 80s about internet and emails. To get an email, it was such a challenging, Today you might laugh, the young generations, but this is how it started. So www, and in India, email was authorized and legalized by only one, VLS. So these people were allowed to give a email ID to somebody. So now he was confused. He said, what is the benefit of doing this? If I have email, that's good, but who is the other person who is having email? Tell me. And at that time, many people didn't know. Their computer was so expensive. When I got my first computer in 1999 2000, I paid somewhere around 50,000 rupees. And the configuration, please don't ask. If I open a web page, have my breakfast and come back, the web page used to open. I'm talking in the age of 2000, 2001. And this person was trying to make his adventure and start his business in 80s. So now I can assume his challenges. So when he went and he said, sir, I can get you email and this is how email works. You can send from this computer to other computer. See, like this, he started giving a demo. And he couldn't understand. He said, what is the benefit? Who is the other person who is having computer? And what do I do conversation with them? And he laughed and said, this business doesn't work, leave. And he walked out. But that person called him again and said, sir, do you know about internet? And he said, yes. Sir, we can create a web page for you and you can create all the contents here and you can send these to anybody and they will see and get back to you and do business. Literally, he marketed the website. And that point, he didn't understood. He said, this is little interesting, but tell me how to do this website and how to run this website. Then he said, you need to have a server, sir, and we don't have server in India. The servers all in USA. And the poor Sanjeev didn't know what to do. He came home and he called up his cousin brother, and asked him, who is a professor in UCLA. He asked him, can you help me? What is this server? Can you tell me how to buy this server? Before asking him, he asked him, do you know what is the internet? For that person, he laughed and said, yes, I know internet. He's a professor in UCLA in 80s. He's an Indian guy. So he laughed at him and said, yes, I know internet, I use it. So do you have an email? He said, yes, I have an email. Oh, okay. Do you have a server? Can you tell me how to find the server and how to buy it? And he said, yes, I can help you out. But I don't have money, Sanjeev said. But his brother told, don't worry, I will pay for you for numbers of years which you use. And the server was costing somewhere around $25 in 80s. Dollar price was less compared to in India. I think it was around 35 rupees, might be. So he said 35 into $25. So you just calculate that amount. Used to pay for server for 1 year. And Sanjeev immediately was excited and happy. He walked out and said, okay, now what do I do in the server? He copied, cut and paste, he copied all the job openings in India, in all the newspapers. He went to a Madras cafe in Delhi. He collected all the newspapers. He made a notes of it and he typed it and he posted it. This is how the Naukri company started as a Info Edge India Limited. So now today you are just on a click you are applying for jobs. But this is the effort which was created in 80s by Sanjay Bakchandani. Let's salute for his vision which he wanted to create for this India. And today youth is a challenging time to apply and find jobs, and he made the job easy by creating in 80s. And many people started making benefit across India. They used to apply jobs over internet on cyber cafe, because by 95 onwards Sifi came, Yahoo came, and Hotmail came. So it became open and everybody started having their emails, and they applied, they used of Naukri very well. By 2000, Naukri got all the investment, possible investment in the India, and he became a super famous. Along more than famous, his effort led him to become rich. So, which is a parent company called Naukri, is indirectly called Info Edge India Private Limited. So, leading portal, he considered one of the pioneers of Indian internet industry. Hope you remember Infosys Narayan Murthy, who started his computer business in Bangalore, Jainagar, under a staircase. But Infosys today is leading the world. So now, this is a motivation we need to understand. Who was born in 1962 in a middle class family, had a vision of creating a Naukri website and help everybody who is searching for jobs. The intention of Sanjeev was this much. For first 10 years in his career, he never took salary. He was doing a part-time teaching in all the colleges. And that's how he managed himself. And in 1990s, it was very challenging period in India, because the government was not stable, the situation was not stable, economy was poor, dollar price was increasing, and it is talking about internet, people used to laugh at him. But these people have created a legendary path for the youth. I think we need to remember all these people. And later, after Naukri, he started something called Jeevansathi.com. Jeevansathi.com he created, and by creation, he didn't invest any money, he just created and left it. After few years, when Naukri was getting picked up, the auditors who came for Naukri, he said he didn't have money to pay for those auditors. So what he did is, he gave the Jeevan Sathi for those auditors and said, you keep this website and do the auditing and support us. And they run the show for some years, and by 2000 or 99 or 2005, between 5, the Jeevan Sathi again repurchased by India Info Edge or Naukri company, and they boosted the website. So now, by then, Naukri went into IPO. When they become IPO, they had clusters of money which was piled up in their accounts. Trust me, this kind of situation is very rare in the companies where they pile up money. So now every year the board members started putting pressure, you need to use the money which is coming in IPO, you are not using it. So then he decided to come up with something called 99 acres and Shiksha.com. So initially he started with Naukri, Jeevan Sathi, and 99 acres and Shiksha.com. These are the 4 major pillars of Sanjeev. So now what I mean to say is, this is how the journey starts. Next, he was prominent in angel investors, and he was invested in several other company startups. I'm talking in the year 2010, he started investing in other companies. Like, he started investing more than 50% in Policy Bazaar. So again, one person created 4 big pillars: Naukri, Jeevan Sathi, 99 acres, Shiksha, and then he supported the new startups like Policy Bazaar, Zomato, and ShopClues. Remember, before Flipkart, before you see Snapdeal, or any other online, ShopClues was there. And these are the board members who created from IIM Calicut and IIM Gandhinagar, IIT Gandhinagar. So IIM and IIT was utilized and created all these things, and one leader started all this, and he was being identified and awarded as Padma Shri, 4th highest civilian award in India. This is an inspiration we need to put across for all the startups. A weekly basis, a story of a successful CEOs. Then only we can make an impression and a deep connection with the startups. Sanjeev Bakchani was one of the inspired startup business articles in Forbes. Forbes have identified him and his article has come in magazine Forbes. Potential of internet in India. So these are the guys who strengthen the internet. If they have not utilized at that point, I think we would have become a very disaster country. Today we Indians are known for IT, Indians are known for CEOs, Indians are known for people handling skills. So let's utilize and inspire and make motivated ourselves, keeping all these people. So many people in India did not have access to internet, and those who did were spectacle and using the job searches. However, today also we are still finding difficulty in finding the right job through internet. Let's remember this also. But he tried to make it life simplest and reach even Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, being in Bangalore. So he has set up he was actively involved with philanthropy, and he has set up a Ashoka University, a non-profit institution for higher education. Trust me, today whoever is studying in Ashoka University are blindly accepted because the quality of the education is in such a standard. No other Indian institute is in this standard and quality. Ashoka University, if a person is doing a STEM program or a humanity program, is highly recommended by Indian government under foreign secretary, foreign embassy. These people are designed for its ethical and conjugative study and holistic study. So trust me, this person has created a non-profit institution called Ashoka University, which is an highly respected, and just we can't say anything for this kind of contribution to the society. A non-profit organization with such a beautiful concept of education called Ashoka University. So he also supported education, healthcare, and rural development. So Padma Shri, fourth highest award, has been awarded by India. I think we need to recognize these kind of people more and more and support them. And he received numerous awards. He got a entrepreneur award from ENY, Ernst and Young, which was a financial company. Even today, to get into this company is little challenging. And in 2008, they identified him. Forbes listed him in India's 100 richest people. And despite of his success, he remained humble, believes giving back to society. An interview with him would be very inspiring. You should do more research on YouTube, which is a lot of his achievements is available. So India Info Edge company started, and with that, he started four pillars of company. He entered into Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, and he became an IPO company with Naukri, Jeevan Sati, 99 Acres, Shiksha.com, Zomato, Policy Bazaar, Merit Nation, which is online student portal for school students. Merit Nation, many people might have not known. I request you to check for that. And Happily Unmarried for divorced people. Online retail stores of quickery products. Happily Unmarried. So this is a retail structure, so, which is created. And Jeevansati.com is for people who get divorced and who is married, who is looking for groom and bride. They can get into that. And Convera.com, online platform for professional photographers. Convera. See, one person has created nine startups. And he is also having angel investors in Paperboat beverage startup. Paperboat is a most innovative packing, and the juice is served in such a authentic natural taste is put across in this brand. Paperboat, shop close, very rare products are being bought together in a cheapest price. And Innov 18, co-worker space provider. And the most exciting, he also invested in Unacademy online learning platform. And Rail Yatri is online platform for traveling information and booking for Indian railways. And we need to thank the greatest legendary CEO who started many companies and who is inspiring our youth I think I'm sorry. I think we need to support and get inspired with his achievements. Hats off, Mr. Sanjeev Bigchandani, and please, please do support my channel and share my conversations on your WhatsApp and all the social media. Your Vinny signing off with a small story of motivational talk on Sanjeev Bigchandani, and who is a founder of India Edge, and he is also contributor of more than 9 companies, and he is also innovator till today in 2023, who is inspiring many youth to do startups. I think all the youth who is doing business as a startup, I think we need to put across these kind of people to motivate our teams to make highest success. Signing off, your Vinny Career Guide. Do share on your WhatsApp and other social blogs. Thank you.